Hey everybody.
Hi.
Hi. So welcome to Season 2 of TechKnow Tuesdays, the FTC and other tech stuff vlog. How do you say that? Vlog? It's a video log now, not just a regular podcast. Is that right?
I think you can still call it a podcast.
Okay, so it's a podcast. I'm Phil.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Kendrick.
Kendrick gets the fancy microphone because he's the sound man, which is also why he gets the sound box in front of him. So if there's any audio complaints, complain to Kendrick. Kendrick invented these cool microphone stands, by the way, just today.
Got them all pieced together.
That's right.
Just before we started recording here.
Coat of paint and they'll look great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's up first on the podcast today, guys?
All right. So we got the new FTC game, of course. So that released 2 weeks ago now.
Woohoo!
So
Rescue.
we just got our field together, and it looks pretty impressive. The size of those mountains.
Yeah. If you haven't seen one or built one yet, get ready for it. It's crazy.
It's pretty big, and it's going to be a really complex game. And I've already seen on the Reddit, everybody's posting about how they're going to climb up the mountain. We've got teams that are like thinking that they're not even going to climb it. They're just going to shoot the debris up to the top of the mountain. And then they found out that, there's the rule, I think it's GS 13, where it's like you have to be up on the mountain in order to score in the high and
I missed that. Oh, I'm glad you said that
too.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's just as well because that top bucket, I mean, it's small and it's at a crazy angle.
It'd be really hard to shoot.
Everything is going to bounce out of that. If you shoot it in there, it's going to bounce out. So, be thinking about putting them in gently. And I mean, to get 10 pieces in there is a challenge. 10 small blocks without them coming out if you just put them in by hand. So,
I've also seen a few posts about teams trying to use 8-inch wheels, which sounds pretty crazy. I mean, those are like,
that'd be really good for climbing the mountain, but they're gonna have trouble turning with those puppies, I think.
really?
Yeah. Well, maybe not.
If they run in 1-to-1, they'll have issues.
A lot of problems I saw people having with those is not enough traction on the mountain. Then
Oh, really?
the slick part of it.
Well, plus if they're 8-inch
starts
wheels,
sliding down.
that two of those is 16 inches, which only leaves you 2 inches between them in the middle where they come together.
Wow,
So
now I really want to see a robot that uses the 8-inch wheels. Because that's a robot that's pretty much just wheels as far as
right.
like.
On the sides. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it'll get up. So maybe they won't pick anything up, but if they can get up the mountain every time, and if they can hang at the end, that could be pretty superior.
That'd be a really hard. Robot to design.
Yeah.
Because then you have to fit all of the other mechanisms
You
around
could
those
try
wheels.
notching out the wheels to get them to climb over the bars, but that might, again, impede your turning abilities.
Yeah, we're playing with that idea, and the trouble is that you do have to worry about it damaging the field.
Right.
So maybe you need something that retracts.
Yeah.
And the other thing new, of course, this year is the new control system, the new Android phone control system. So if you haven't started playing with it already,
Start.
Well, there's a good forum on the first. There's a first forum associated with it, and if I point here, Kendrick, can you put a link to the forum right here?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Unless that's off the screen.
No, it's right in the middle. Click here, and this will take you to the FTC forum. You need to apply to get a login to it to post, but just do that and get on there because there's a lot of good discussions about using the camera to detect the colors on the beacon, which is pretty cool.
Plus, if something is posted there by one of the moderators, that's like an official ruling. That takes precedence over the rule book.
Well, this actually isn't the Q&A forum. This is the new technology forum that I'm talking about. So wait, this link over here, this one will take you to the Q&A where you actually get to ask and have your questions answered officially.
Right.
It should come open today. I think they usually wait a week before they.
Yeah.
Phil, haven't you made videos on the new?
Yes.
software?
Wow. Opportunity for another link up here somewhere.
Right
We're out of space.
The video is getting full of
That's right. So I've started creating. I got involved pretty early, straight after Worlds, playing with the new technology, mainly the Android Studio side of things. But I put up a video of the fastest way to configure the phones because there's a bunch of settings, and if you don't get it right, it's kind of tricky. So far, I noticed today it's had 7,300 views on that video so far.
Wow.
So it's a short video, does the job. And then as I come up with new stuff, I'm just getting ready to do one about state machine programming because I think anyone who's doing autonomous is really want to get good at state machines because they're a cool software tool and they'll make autonomous is easier this year.
Now, did you monetize that video?
No, I did not. See, I'm all for FTC. I was thinking of putting oops at the end of it, though, so I could get more viewers.
graciously donated the video.
That's right.
That hasn't worked for us. Our video's up to like 22 views, and it's been like a month or two now.
All right. So, Phil, what did you bring for us
Well,
today?
what I wanted to talk about, I think is pretty interesting, is the mass hysteria that's going on right now about the new VW software debacle. So I don't know if you heard this. You know, Volkswagen apparently had put special software in a lot of their diesels that can detect when the vehicle is undergoing a emissions test, and when it detects that, it changes the engine performance such that it passes the emissions test.
Wow.
But under normal driving conditions, not so much. Yeah, and so they're speculating that it's like if they're going at high speed and the steering wheel is not moving, it's figuring out that it's doing an inspection test versus driving down the freeway. And it's like Volkswagen stock dropped 20% yesterday.
Wow.
And that's pretty significant.
That's huge.
It's a major thing. And now, of course, other countries all around the world are saying, hey, what about in our country? What are your cars doing? And Volkswagen is saying, well, yes, it's true, we did this, and, oopsie. But one of the interesting things is that in Germany, like 1 in 7 people are associated with the automobile industry. So if bad things happen there, it's going to affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's like, so the real question is it the people in the software factory, or is it the car itself trying to change its performance?
Nobody knows.
As the car becomes self-aware.
That's right. But it's a pretty bold move to say, well, we don't care about this country's emission standards. We're just going to pollute just to get that extra 5% performance so our drivers are happy. It's like, okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a bit weird that they wouldn't have that in, like, whatever that performance mode is that they have it during the emissions test. It's kind of weird that they wouldn't have that on, like, all the time.
Well, the vehicles apparently are more efficient when that mode is not engaged. So when they're polluting, they're actually more efficient, which is ironic. And I bet you they get more performance out of it. So normal driving, it's a better driving experience. Well, and that makes sense. I mean, no one wants to put emission controls in their car because it reduces the performance, but it's good for the environment, which is why it's mandated that it has to do it, because most people wouldn't do it. Most people aren't selfless enough to make that decision.
Right.
So I guess VW said, well, we'll just take that decision out of your hands and we'll make it work for you fast on the freeway.
Right.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah.
What about you, Kevin? What did you bring today?
I brought BlingDings.
What in the heck's a BlingDing?
It's a project we've been working on over the last few months that is a learn how to solder kit. So you get a kit of parts.
That's mine.
That one's yours. This one's mine. So you get a kit of parts, which include a whole bunch of LEDs, battery mounts, switches, buzzers, and you
Don't mind me, I'm just going to play.
and then you go ahead and solder it, and then you come up with a board that has 7 different games, 1 player and 2 player, and it's a fun little project board that's inexpensive and really high quality. The board is fully plated through and makes it a really good soldering experience.
I messed up.
Now, Kevin, what if I don't know how to solder?
Well, there are 2 videos out there, one here and one here.
Nice.
And they each teach you how to solder this particular board.
Which one should I use? Which one's the best one?
Oh,
boy.
if you could, I would watch them both because they're both pretty good.
I think I have an opinion on which one's better.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I might
sure
be a
you
little
do.
biased in that
I
one.
think Henrik's biased towards this one.
Wow,
Phil might be a little bit biased towards this one.
You're really making my job difficult here, aren't you?
I am.
Let's make the link move around the screen. Oh,
boy.
man. So look, it has like single player games and multiple. Shh, quiet. He's telling me the green one here. Single and multiplayer games, and I think my favorite is the tug of war. Wait, reset. Da, 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 da. So I can select the game. Tell it to play the game. Here, Kevin, play with me. It's going to count me down, and then we go. Oh no, Kevin! I'm beat. Oh, he's beating me. Oh, man! You can tell he is a button clicker. Obviously, lots of cookie clicker going on there. All right, I'm gonna turn it off.
I'm just gonna set that there. 'Cause I can't.
So lots of fun.
Sweet.
So what's this actually called?
The Blinkmaster, and this version is the 1.1.
All right.
We just recently put in an order for 200 boards and enough parts for 100. So We're gonna start selling them soon.
Maybe do a Kickstarter to
Maybe.
get that burst going, that first
Yep.
push going.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're pretty cool. Are you gonna have a case for them?
I might make one up that you can print, but they will not come with a case because it's a learn how to solder project. You want to be able to show people your work.
Oh, I like that. Good rationalization.
Yeah.
Excellent. What do you got,
All
Kendrick?
right. I had the FTC thing.
Oh, you started us off. Okay. All right.
We could go more on that.
I think we've done more than enough here. I think
Yeah,
our job is done
sure.
for this week.
Sure.
Yeah?
All right.
So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
See you later.